Hi, Preston. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for linking in. I figured I'd give you a quick little video demo of the site and how it works, because I know that time is limited, and I definitely would like to talk with you about, building your profile and then getting it out to as many people as possible. So the way that Win My Vote works is that voters are free, and voters can sign up with just an email address or a social media account. They enter their zip code in, and then that zip code will place them in specific voting districts. And if there's any overlap or conflict, if they have more than one district in their zip code, we have links on the sign up page to make sure they get into the correct one. And with that, we can give them a ballot that will go from the national races down to the state, and then the congressional districts, and then the state senate and state assembly districts, into the county, and then even the city with board of supervisors, and all the way down to school board races. We also do the propositions and the measures. So you can click on a proposition, you can have a nice summary of it here, you can read more of the proposition language. You can watch a little video here that's just a little 1-minute explainer video.
Prop 55 in 1 minute, taxes for education.
And then you can also see groups and organizations, what we call trusted sources, and their position on whether they're going to be voting yes or voting no on that proposition. All of it will all start, the voters start undecided, and then they decide. So let's say I'll watch the videos, read the proposition, I click yes, and when I go back to my ballot, you can see it's nice and prominent here that it's yes. So I'm really going through this and filling out my ballot, before I go and vote. As far as the candidates and how that works, drilling down and looking into the candidates, I can click on the candidate profile here. I can see a fuller bio of the candidate. And sorry about the slowness. The site's super fast. This is just my computer, and the video capture that's running on it is overheating. So sorry about that. But I can watch a video here. I can see the latest tweets. I can go down here and see some issue statements that the candidate has built, and I can also see groups and organizations that have endorsed the candidate. And the way that the endorsements work is that a group goes up, builds a group page, and again, groups are free, and then they can just go through their ballot and favorite, and a little window will pop up and say, do you want to do a written endorsement or a video endorsement? So it's real simple, and I can show you how to do that. It's real simple. But from a voter standpoint, I can click here, and then I can hear directly from them.
Hi, this is Randy Weingarten. As many of you know,
and I can say great, and I can continue to go through here and see the different, endorsements for this candidate. And in all fairness, I would then go on to, the next candidate, and click on the next candidate, and again, apologies about that. It's my little laptop and screen capture that's making this thing slow. Come on. So anyway, as I go through this, then let's say if I decide I'm going to go with Jill Stein, I star her and favorite her, and then she's moved into the first position, and her nameplate is green here. I can also see how she's doing. So this is really important from a candidate standpoint, or from the groups and organizations that are endorsing her and promoting her, is that you can get a real feedback loop on, let's say if you were to send out 10,000 emails to voters in San Francisco, I can work with you and say, well, 5,000 of them signed up, and 3,000 of them signed up and favorited you. This is a great progress. Let's keep going in this direction, and that type of stuff. So you get a lot of real good feedback. You can also see the undecideds on the site. So there may be 15,000 people that are signed up and only 10,000 people that have chosen favorites, going into the last week. So now we have a real good feel for saying, okay, there's 5,000 people out there that either aren't going to vote, or they haven't decided, or they're going to decide at the last minute. But it gives you a little bit of feedback there. So what I have on your profile right now is just kind of some placeholder stuff that I've thrown up there. That's pretty good as far as that stuff goes. It's much better than Nancy Pelosi's, who just has a Twitter, and then this is just an old interview that I found. I couldn't even find anything on her this year at all. I don't even think she's campaigning for it, which puts you in a great position to tell every voter that's on our site that she's not going to show up here, and she's not going to show up at your corner, and she's not going to show up at the school or anywhere else because for some reason she doesn't need your votes because she has them locked up in some other way. But anyway, enough of that. So would love to talk with you, and feel free to reach out. I'll make myself available anytime. So we're doing a lot of different outreach with groups and organizations. We're doing stuff with the state propositions. We have a lot of other, other sort of lead generation or voter outreach programs that are going on that over the next couple of weeks, over the next 2 weeks, that will bring in a lot of people, and they may bring people in for just the state propositions or just the measures, or just a school board race or whatever. But really, all voters and then candidates will benefit from everybody being on the same place. Anyway, thanks a lot. Bye bye.